So just a question on the timing on the supply chain issue.
Yeah.
Actions that the president has taken. It was clear in March of 2020 when COVID hit that the supply chains across the world have been disrupted. Even as the sort of work to fight back against COVID proceeded, it was crystal clear that things were not improving on supply chain. People couldn't get dishwashers and furniture and treadmills delivered on time, not to mention all sorts of other things. So why is
the tragedy of the treadmill that's delayed?
Right, the problem. But the serious point is, why didn't the president act sooner in a more aggressive way? I know there was a task force announced of some kind earlier this summer, but essentially the president waited until now, right before the holiday season, to take these series of actions. Why didn't the president act sooner? And is that a reflection of the fact that his administration has failed to kind of anticipate and is much more reactive to these kinds of things rather than getting ahead of them as they should?
Well, that's not actually true. The president formed a task force at the very beginning of the administration, and what we know from the global supply chain issues is that they are multifaceted. Right now, we've been focusing on the ports and issues at the ports, and what leaders at these ports will tell you is that they've seen an increase in volume dramatically as it relates to last year, a year ago, 20%, 30% increase in volume. But there are other issues that have impacted the global supply chain that we've been working to address through our task force from the beginning.
So obviously the camera was on the reporter when she laughed, but she was simply downplaying. She was, oh, you can't get your treadmill on time. Like she's just mocking people. Like it's all about a treadmill or some luxury item. Well, Twitter users, they slammed Jen Psaki over her comments. Here is what Joe Concha said. He said, this kind of pious posturing by Psaki, who is increasingly acting this way as Biden's numbers fall, is not helping matters. The supply chain crisis is very real and will impact the low middle class the most. But like Klain and inflation, Psaki makes it about an issue for the rich. And then there was this response: people can't buy milk and gas costs double, but Psaki just thinks it's delayed treadmills. I've said it before, but the DC and coastal elites absolutely hate you. But it isn't just treadmills that aren't getting delivered. Americans are actually seeing food shortages. School cafeterias are now running low, and grocery store shelves are empty. A grocery store owner in Chicago says that she has never seen anything like this, with bare shelves, false stocking, and higher prices. Watch.
So higher prices aren't the only obstacles facing consumers these days. Many stores across the country dealing with some empty shelves. Grady Trimble's live in Chicago with more on that. What you find out, Grady? Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Unfortunately, shelves look like this in a lot of stores across the country, and it is across product categories, whether it's milk and eggs, meat, juices, a lot of bare shelves. And they're also doing things like false stocking, which you can see up here is where it looks like it's full, but then you look back and there's not as much stock as there appears to be. Barb Eastman is the owner here at Happy Foods in Chicago. You've never seen anything like this.
This is the first time we've ever experienced anything like this.
And you have about a third of your orders that you've put into the distributors, and you're just still waiting for them because of all these supply chain problems.
We are, and it's happening every week. It's constant.
When's this going to resolve, and how will it resolve?
I hope it resolves soon. It's not going to resolve until there's labor out there to bring the product to the stores.
People have got to get back to work.
Exactly.
And Bill, obviously it's bad timing with the holidays coming up. If grocery store shelves look like people are shopping for Thanksgiving and Christmas, that is not going to be good, but we could be dealing with this for some time.
Unbelievable. The White House is starting to look and feel like a really bad Saturday Night Live skit. Or maybe they're acting more like George Costanza from Seinfeld. They literally can't get any worse. Every day, we're surprised at how bad they continue to handle everything in this country. They're excellent at beating our expectations for just how bad it can get every single day. It's truly amazing how incompetent the White House is. That's incompetent with a capital I.